How are you today?
Good, good. Excited to meet you.
Happy to meet you too. I feel like I've seen you somewhere.
Seen me? I have a familiar face, so I look like a lot of people. That's what I'm told.
It's like Vivica Fox. Like when she was fine. That's what it is.
My witnesses. You heard him say that.
Yes, I heard that.
No, that's, say this on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
That's definitely what it is.
How
she look like
Vivica.
I will take it.
Yeah. All right, welcome to the show. Of course, as it goes on, like we told you from the beginning, it's ever since this gentleman touched down in Kenya, everything went wild. On social media especially, it's been heavy, and he's here with us. We want to find out more about him, and of course, I'll give Joey time for us to compose herself.
What are you talking about, Liz? Have you ever seen me composed in my life?
You look very composed.
She's relaxed on the outside, she's jello on the inside.
How you know?
All right.
Good to have you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course, we've seen a little bit of your time in Kenya from your social media. We saw you riding in a matatu. How was that?
Yeah, that was a crazy experience. You know, the city buses where I'm from, like, they don't have TVs and, like, music. So
Wi-Fi.
it was, Wi-Fi was like a very, very hip-hop music experience, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the music got so loud. It's like as loud as the studio. I thought that was cool.
We on the matatu, baby. Yeah. Man, guess who's in Nairobi? Hey. Karibu.
And, you know, for the artists here, being able to have that promotion and the DJs, I thought that's very smart.
And did you enjoy like the graffiti on the side?
Yeah. And I've been noticing more since I actually got in that one. Like, you'll see them. I haven't seen one as cool as that one yet, though.
Yeah,
that was probably the coolest.
That's probably the coolest one?
It's like the coolest one.
I might have to get me one. Because I saw a lot of artists in there. I ain't seen.
Yeah.
So this is your first time in Kenya. You've been to Africa before,
yes,
but not to Kenya. How have your Kenyan fans reacted to you?
Like you said, socially, on the social platforms, it's really a way that you could tell when you can't, you know, reach out and actually physically touch fans or, you know, take pictures with everybody. When you see the excitement, like literally, if you go onto my Instagram or my Snapchat, like before, like, because the flight was really long, but I posted when I was on the way to the airport in New York, and I got so many welcome to Nairobi, like immediately, just tweets and posts. So the love has been amazing. Like, you know, everybody that was at the airport welcomed me with love, and everybody here has been welcoming me with love, and it feels great.
And did you have like a certain, you know, perception of before
no, actually,
did you break?
You know, I've learned in my travels that to have a preconception of any place is not really, it's kind of ignorant.
Right.
You know, and I've learned to do as much prior information seeking as possible, and I have a team of people who, you know, give me as much factual information about the places I'm going, and I had a list of the artists I would be working with, so I could go check their Twitters, Instagrams, all of that out. So I did that, and as she mentioned before, I've been to Africa, South, West as well, and this is my first time here, and I love the weather here. I didn't expect the weather to be this amazing, because it's not too hot, then it cools off. Like, I like it.
Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit more about what you are here to do later on. But first we have to talk about your long career, obviously 10 plus years in the game. And I hear you're working on some new music, but we have to talk about some of your bangers.
Girl, I can't help but wait till you get that with him. It don't change, help but wait till you see that with me it ain't the same. Can't help but wait. Nah, nah, nah. Put your hands in the air if you love it. If you love it. Keep your hands in the air if you're spending the night.
How does the magic happen once you get in the studio with these hits?
Well, I'm working on my 7th album now. You know, so each album is like a different process, but still somewhat the same. You know, I always record in my house. I always try to evolve as an artist while still, you know, staying true to myself, staying true to what it is I want to do musically, while trying to grow as an artist and help my fan base to grow with me as well. So I try to think about things I haven't done before while not abandoning things that I have done before. Trying to find a new way to do things that the fans already love, and you know, doing things that are new for the growth of my creativity and just the growth of music within itself. But I just try to make the fans dance, live, love, feel every emotion when they listen to my music. And I still think of music as, you know, because it's been very much about singles for the last few years. Single this, single that, single this. But I come from an era when an album was what was most important. And, you know, that body of work, it had to correlate. One song had to, you know, mesh with the other. It has to sound like a whole holistic piece of work. So that's still where my focus is.
And so, like, when you're not doing the albums, you're doing mixtapes as well. Is there different experiences, or is it just in line with, like, you had to keep, you know?
Yeah, it's just to keep the energy flowing, like, because I never stopped doing music. So if I never feel like it's fair for my fans not to receive music just because I'm not in a album cycle or not planning to release an album. A lot of artists, I remember speaking to an artist, and I won't say his name, but he went diamond before, and it was him, Chris Brown, and I in the studio, and he was like, how y'all do that? How y'all just give away the music like that? So because we come from that. We come from having to give away music to be heard and wanting to give away the music. When you sold 10 million records and people went into the, you know, the actual store to buy your CD, like, music has changed so much, the way people take it in. Like, streaming is big right now, whereas, you know, you don't have to own a song to play it a million times and still love it as much. It's just the form in which people are taking in music is different, so the way that you deliver it has to be different as well.
Yeah. Speaking of Chris Brown, you worked with huge artists, Nicki Minaj amongst them.
Better act like you know, nigga, it's Nicki Minaj.
I'm touching you tonight. I'm loving you tonight. Wait, no. I'm you, girl. You must be used to spending, putting in that time.
Having two huge art acts in the studio or more on a song, does that ever get, like, does the ego ever come through and it's like, I'm trying to shine, he's trying to shine?
Yeah, I think everybody, when making music, is very confident in what they do. And I think that's why people you see superstars able to link up and make these amazing records, you know, time after time. It's because it is, like, I won't say a competition on the record, but everybody wants the best for the record. Whether it's whomever you're working with, you know, they want to do their best on the record, you want to do your best on the record. So it's a friendly competition within it, I think, with whomever you're working with. But when it's a collaborative project, everybody wants the best version of the record, so it works out.
Right. Now, you know, of course, like, whenever your name is mentioned, even when you're not there, music, a photo, all the ladies go wild. And we'll talk about that in a minute as well. But speaking about ladies and strong women in your life, your relationship with your mom is one that, you know, you really treasure, and how influencing you coming up. Maybe you can talk about how, you know, raising you and just coming up and being able to dream of something that you're now living.
You know, I owe so much to the dedication that my mother had to being my mother.
Right.
You know, being that she was so very young when she had me. My mother got pregnant at 16. So it was a decision that a young woman had to make, to sacrifice much of her life to make sure that I lived a better one, to make sure that I knew that there were dreams and possibilities that I could attain. Because people I grew up with in the same area, same town, you know, same school, we have different paths because of how we were raised and what we were taught. So, you know, I just owe it to my mother for putting her dreams aside so I could realize mine. And every day I'm thankful for that. And even to this day, like, her greatest dedication is to myself, my younger brother, and now my nephew, her first grandbaby. So, you know, family is everything to me. I was very much, you know, as a young man, learned how to be the man of the house because there weren't men around. I didn't have anybody to look up to or tell me how to do things besides my mother, my grandmother, and, you know, my friends, and later on in life. Kevin Lyles, my manager, is much like a father figure to me. Troy Taylor, my producer. you know, he taught me all I know musically, and I learned a lot from him in life as well. But like I said, man, my mom was the greatest.
You still have those moments where you're like, Mama, I made it. Yeah. Look where I'm at.
I definitely had those moments.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. You were talking about your female fans earlier, and obviously you got a lot of love for your fans, and they've got a lot of love for you. The sex symbol status.
Girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, you gon' think I invented sex. You gon' think I invented sex.
Do you feel pressure to keep that up all the time?
Man, you know, I haven't been that for a while now. It's not as much pressure as it used to be. You know, you kind of put that pressure on yourself when you say you invented sex and things like
Right.
that. So, so you kind of got to take it with the territory. You know, I've been fortunate enough to make a career off of everything from songs about myself dreaming to make it in this business to, you know, the neighbors knowing my name to, you know, so many other things, the soldiers going to war. Like, so I think the fact that, you know, women love my music is just a plus. You know?
Is there like one moment that you can say is like the craziest thing that you go back like, dude, what happened? Like, is there a moment you can think of? Or there?
In what way though?
Yeah, like,
concert. Yeah, that was probably one of the most memorable concerts, and there's so many moments like these. But I remember we did 2 nights in London. It was the first time I had done like sold out shows there, and I remember like on the 3rd night we literally had a trash bag full of panties.
What do you do?
What do you do with that? Like,
I don't know where those panties are now. I'm sorry, ladies.
Goodwill. I
don't think nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that was actually like a time where I had, you know, the song like Panty Drop was the intro to the album at the time. Like, it was a big thing to throw your panties at.
Even though I fell way in too deep, can't think about giving it up. But I never knew love would feel like a heart attack. Ooh, and it's killing me. It's killing me. Swear I never cried so much. I never cried so much. I never knew love would hurt this bad. The worst pain I ever had.
Like you're saying, you have performed at these massive concerts, but coming to Kenya, this is a whole different experience that you're getting to interact with other African artists, getting to make music with them. What's been that experience?
And furthermore, artists who are, you know, very credible stars in their own right, you know, and that's why I was happy. I had the advantage of, you know, looking and seeing who these people were and seeing what they've done. Like hearing that, you know, Vanessa's been here 3 years with Coke Studios. We got Mashinsky coming back to Kenya. Everybody's excited about that. You know, just, you know, knowing people's stories and feeling more a part of the actual culture that is here. Because it's one thing for me to come do a show on a bill with artists, you know, and meet a headline, but to actually interact and, you know, converse and understand the cultures of everything from Ethiopian artists to South African artists. We got MT here. We got so many great people, and it's just an experience I'll never forget.
Like she mentioned earlier, you know, you had the Nicki Minaj's and all these guys, and so what is the difference, a different experience like with
Well,
these
ironically, the difference is probably that we're all here making the song together.
Right.
You know, when I make music with most artists, it's a phone call and it's a file send back, then it's a conversation, and then it's we meet and we may do something to the song together. But hardly ever do you do songs like with anybody anymore these days, because there's so much technology. Everybody's so busy and there's a studio everywhere. You can send the files back and forth. So I think the actual interaction, and furthermore, like I know these people I do songs with, so we have a rapport. So when I send you a song and we have a conversation about it, I know that you understand what it is I want. Here, we're building that rapport as we create. So the energy's fresh, And I think it's just great to have everybody's collective thoughts there in the moment. And I'm very excited about the songs we're recording.
I say no names, but you know what I'm saying. I can tell it by the way that you move. I bet you think the song is about you, don't you? I bet you think the song is about you.
Tell us a little bit about your upcoming project that you're working on.
Well, like I said, my 7th album, man, it's crazy. It's entitled Tremaine, which is my real name. And, you know, it's, like I said, I want to make people live, love, dance, make love, you know, cry, whatever emotions that you feel. I want you to be able to live your life to my music. And Tremaine is just a window to a piece of my life. You know, I feel it's very personal. The latest installment, Trigger, was, you know, the other side of what Tremaine is, I feel. So while it's a traditional, you know, Trey Songz album, it's, you know, the version of me now. You know, because every time you put an album out, it's basically just your emotions at the time. So it's a time capsule for, you know, what's on my mind and on my heart at the time of making this music.
And several pictures that we saw of you enjoying some jollof. Jollof rice from Nigeria.
Yeah. What did I tell you? I wanted
the samosa.
Yeah, I need one of
the
those.
triangles.
Yeah, the triangle.
The triangle, yeah, that's what it's called.
Well, they told me it was you gotta have a samosa. I was like, a mimosa.
Different.
Like, where are they?
All right.
So I'll take a mimosa and a samosa. Some jollof.
I'm sure they can make that happen.
Right. No, but yeah, I tried a bunch of different foods actually yesterday. I haven't really been able to enjoy a true Kenyan meal, so I'm excited about that opportunity.
We should have some.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they'll make it happen. I can throw.
Can you
could throw
I can throw down.
No, you found and you could cook.
And I'm single. I'm just saying.
Oh, throw it out there.
There you go.
Throw it out there. There is a kitchen
Bringing
here,
it back.
and you can prove yourself.
Your skills.
Bringing it back to the music, though, obviously you've had a very inspirational career and a lot of success. And there's a lot of people watching you all around the world, including here in Kenya, starting out their music and maybe feeling like people don't really believe in them or they're the only ones who see their vision for themselves. So what type of inspiration would you give to that person?
Firstly, you have to believe in yourself more than anybody. If anybody believes in you more than you, then you don't believe in yourself enough. You have to work twice as hard as anybody that you think is working hard. One of my favorite quotes is actually that hard work beats talent and talent doesn't work hard. You got to want to become a better version of yourself, and you got to believe that you can be a better version of you if you work hard. You know, any talent is like a muscle. Like when you work out, like it doesn't take any talent to work out and develop muscle. It doesn't take any talent to work hard and lose weight or tone up, or, you know, it takes consistency and hard work. So I look at any talent in any profession the same way. Like if you work hard to develop that, it will be a better muscle. The muscle will be sharper. It will have muscle memory. You know what I mean? So I just encourage people to work hard, believe in themselves, and, you know, never stop. Never stop giving up on what you feel in your heart.
And my take home is work hard, consistency. Get rid of my one pack and get a 6-pack. 1 pack,
Gotta get you to the
right
gym,
there.
man.
Do it, man.
Yeah.
Success is only how you manage your time.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
That's
Of
all
course,
success is.
of course, we want to teach you, of course, some Swahili words, the cool ones. Niaje.
That's like what's up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's
Niaje.
family, is like a cool one.
Right. So what was it?
Jube poa. Niaje poa.
That's not what you just said.
I said Tema.
Right.
Yeah.
Sama.
Sama is like,
So that's like the cool way of saying what's
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
if I want to speak to someone like that I respect, someone that's older than me or something, how do I would say what's up?
No, you wouldn't say what's up.
Right,
You
so
probably
what
say
up?
Jambo.
Or habari yako.
Habari
That sounds
yako, that's
more like
better. Yeah.
Habari yako.
Jabo.
How are
Habari
you?
Wait, one more time?
Habari yako.
Habari yako.
There you go.
See, I need about 3 weeks here at least to retain this knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, and the most important one, if you want to say I love you, is nakupenda.
Nakupenda.
There you go. See how it rolls off the tongue here.
To all my Kenyan fans watching, nakupenda.
Yeah.
All right.
And of course, we love you too. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you, Joy. Joy about to cook.
Yeah, Joy's gonna cook.
That's on the BTS. Behind the scenes, baby. Nobody will see.
Check it out on Snapchat.
It's a wrap. Cut. That means the red light should be off.
All right. I want more. I think so. Ooh.